Hey everyone, how you doing? New Horizon DLC came out, and honestly, it's quite amazing. Well, maybe not amazing, but it really exceeded my expectations. I think each installment of the Horizon series is better than the last, and I expected that Burning Shores would be at least similar or somewhat better than Forbidden West. But Burning Shores really solves like any issues I have with Horizon, or at least kind of just doesn't do them. My main issue with two is that the story drags on a bit, and the ending just feels rushed. It also doesn't really have like grand finale spectacle that I really wanted in Horizon. Although I imagine that was probably because Sony was like, "Hey, yo, so we need like a VR game, and you're gonna make it." And Guerrilla was like, "Wait, what?" And they let them on red, so they make Hollow Mountain. Anyway, Burnish Heart doesn't really have this issue, or really any of the issue I have with like all of Horizon. The story is clean, concise, well paced, a nice 7 hours, or at least that's what it took for me to complete. The two issues I have with the Horizon series overall is that they have weak side characters and side quests bloat. The side quests are just, there to fill out the map, and with like a few standouts, they're just generally eh. The side characters are fine but forgettable with a few standouts, and like for example, I forgot who Varl was. Like beginning of Forbidden West, just no recollection of who the guy was. I looked him up, and even then, I still only like kind of remembered him, but it was still like Burning Shores somewhat fixes the issue of side quests, but not by really fixing them, just like by not doing them. The two side quests both, and they're like 10 minutes. But the first one gives a legendary outfit that, if you like the melee playstyle and Resonant Blast, is very good for that. And the second one gives an upgrade for a new weapon, where if you like the ice gun from the first DLC, you will be quite happy. But otherwise, they're very short. And to fill up the side content, they instead lean to what I think is the strongest aspect of Horizon, the world design and exploration. There are codes that you'll find within lore logs will piece together to unlock stuff, and I haven't really done them much, but because I want this video to come out in a timely fashion, we're here. But in the third game, do they wanna, cut down those side quests a little bit down? Maybe focus on this. I wouldn't mind. I think it's a pretty good choice to make. In terms of side characters, we don't really interact with them all that much. And I also think across the board, performances and expansion are just pretty good. The animation too, I don't really see any issue besides like the occasional like lip sync is like the only thing I saw that's pretty notable. But anything else is like kind of nitpicky, and that's only just in like the side quest cutscenes. They more focus on the actual main characters, and actually let's talk about the main characters. Of course, you have Aloy and her love interest Seika, and the villain, the 13th Zenith, Landra, who is quite the lunatic. The TLDR non-spoiler review of the DLC story is the dynamic between the two of them. At first, for me, it was worrying, but I actually think it progresses very nicely with a good build of tension. It all feels very proper, not like an all of a sudden like burst of emotion, besides like one argument they have early on, but that's about it. They handle it very maturely, and they give a good reason why they actually like her, not just like a physical one. They both have similar personalities, but still bearing with differences. I also, I expected Aloy's voice actress to do a great job. She generally like really fits the character, but Seika also did a great job as well. It just really helps solve the dynamic and the relationship between the two. I think it's also just funny to see Aloy like flirt. Like with this like in particular, maybe it's just like my Kuma brain, but like, damn Aloy. Landra is what I imagine what they're going for is like a Hollywood elite sexual predator, like just super narcissistic into himself person who just wants to control people. He's quite the character. Like just look at this. Like it really is something. The ending for the campaign has really great spectacle, and it's just generally really cool. I can't really say anything more without like spoiling anything. So spoilers if you care about that. We're gonna move on to that. So if you care, just shoot, go shoot, hold on. So Landra is wild. The story you just get like kind of hit back to back with a bunch of stuff in like a fairly short amount of time. I could not stop laughing when this happened. It was just all of a sudden, and something about him just floating away was just like absolutely hilarious to me. Also, so can we get like a quick age check on her? Cause yeah, like also his AI Nova that like asks you to end her suffering, and then you also find out he's brainwashing the Quinn by messing with their brain chemistry and just doing hypno stuff. So yeah, he's quite the guy. Also, the finale is it's just very good. Great, just great look. You fight a Horus, you climb inside of it. I would show you that part, but my PlayStation just kind of decided that nah. So just bring shock resist. Like specifically towards like the second half of the fight, because you are going to need it. It's quite a lot. The ending is Seika asking Aloy if she feels the same, and you get three options: the love slash heart intelligence and the aggression one. The intelligence and aggression one are mostly the same. It's essentially just I'm not ready for this. This isn't the right time for me. Just delivered differently. The love one, which I'm not exactly sure which one would be canon. I think maybe the intelligent one, but this one might. They agreed to a relationship, but since they both kind of got things to do, they put on a hold, and well, the world might end soon. So, maybe not the best time to like try to like really put time and effort into a relationship. It's just it's all done. It's all done very well. I like how they handled it. The new weapon is very good. I miss my beloved ice railgun, but now I have an actual railgun. So, it's pretty nice. It also has homing missiles. There's a thing you put on it with a Stanley move called Designator. If you use it with the railgun, it doesn't damage it. The homing missiles home when you put it on. Otherwise, it's just like a normal kind of like missile launch type of thing. It doesn't have like you can't just like shoot it and it'll automatically go to. You gotta kind of aim still in the general vicinity, but it does have pretty good curve and it's generally pretty good. It doesn't have like the fattest damage, but the ammo is really cheap. It's like 5 shards and 2 sparkers compared to like the Sky Killer, which is the advanced javelin launcher, and like the base spike, the regular spike, is blast pace and I think Ridgewood shards and all this. And the advanced version, you also need Volatile Sludge, which I mean isn't too hard to come by, but you can eat into resources very quickly. While this one, you can spam that shit. You probably have a bunch in your inventory right now. They add some new skills, one of which I think should probably just be base kit in Horizon 3. You grapple towards a down machine and do a critical strike, and it also does a regenerative blast, and it's a pretty cool animation too. The rest are fine. Some of them are pretty useful, others are just okay. And with pretty nice, like those battle search skills, those are cool too. The one I think is pretty good is the sharpshooter bow one. It's a small one, but very useful when you're moving around. It just aims better. It doesn't have as much spread, which is it's quite nice. Also, if they get rid of the Spectre Gauntlet in the next game, I'm going to find who makes these decisions and I'm going to wring their neck because why? Like, it just keep it. It makes, whatever. There's also more legendary armor and weapons as well as weaves, which a few of them are kind of a little wild. Like, particularly the weave. There's one that's like more draw speed, reload speed, and overdraw damage, which is quite nice. Anyway, yeah, actually, no, there's one thing I forgot to mention and nothing really like important, just like, which so they find a rocket that has like radioactive things, around it. So Aloy's just like, oh yeah, it's like toxic, but like it'll probably be fine. Like it'll probably be fine. It's radioactive. Like what do you mean? I don't know. Maybe because it's just they might die soon anyway because of Nemesis. They just like fuck it, I guess, and they kind of have to like look at the rocket anyway. But still, I don't know. Anyway, have a good day. Bye bye. Hope y'all have a good time.